All right, guys, welcome. Hope everyone's having a great day. It is almost time. It's almost Christmas. Got the lights going. Merry Christmas, everybody. It is me, Josh Bailey, TCT president, and here today to talk with you guys about some of the updates that we are going to be putting out through the internet in the next few days, next few weeks, getting everything ready for the 2026 TCT season. If you guys are excited for Christmas and for the karate season, go through in the chat down here in the comments and add in a Christmas tree karate uniform emoji combo. I just did it myself in the comments just then. So I've got this pulled up where I can see you guys and see your comments and questions. It's about a 10-second delay. So when it pops up, I will look at it, say hey to you guys back, and let's get started. So if you guys looked at and followed the TCT page and you saw the updates that I shared last night, which I'm pulling up right now, we've got some new and exciting things going on. To start off with, the changing of my tournament date. So if you guys did not see that, I'll quickly go through that now. Sports martial arts community, after thoughtful consideration, I would like to share an important update regarding the scheduling of the Great Southeast Martial Arts Open. After posting the 2026 TCT schedule of tournaments on Facebook, it was brought to my attention another tournament in close proximity is planned for the same date. Out of respect for both events and the interest of fairness, all competitors, promoters, circuits, we believe it's in the best to adjust our tournament date to avoid placing athletes and schools in a position where they must choose between the two valuable opportunities. So, with that being said, my tournament is going to be March the 20th and 21st in 2026. It's still the season opener and it's going to be in Greenville, South Carolina. So I'm going to adjust this real quick down just a tiny bit. My OCD is kicking in, guys. Sorry. Let's see what I just did. See if I did it right. Boom. All right, that's a little bit better. Now, got the Ninja Turtle Christmas sweater on today. Taught class in it all day. It was a little hot, but all good. And we just finished up our last day of the year here at SMA Karate. We are going to be on our Christmas and New Year break. We'll use this time to clean up the dojo, do some dojo improvements, and rest, relax, and get recharged for next year. But it's not going to be a lot of resting and relaxing. It's going to be hard work getting ready for the TCT season coming up. Now, my event is going to be at the Greenville Convention Center. It's going to be in Hall, I keep forgetting which hall it is, Hall 1 or Hall 2, but it is the one, if you're facing the building, it's on the far right, and it is the smaller of the two convention halls. It's only 105,000 square feet, but so yes, there's going to be plenty of room for 30 rings, and we'll be done in about an hour. Now, kidding, that would be fantastic. But you guys are here to learn about some new and exciting things for TCT. So let's dive into it. First up is the executive divisions, our legends in our circuit, the 35 plus and the 50 plus black belts. You guys are going to have categories of your own for each and every division type. Musical weapons, musical forms, creative weapons, creative forms, traditional forms, and point sparring. And with that comes the creation of the 35 plus overall grands. So yes, in the grands now, there will be a 35 plus grands for adult black belts. That will be at the tournaments throughout the season. Now, the black belt divisions, junior and adult, will be separated by male and female. This is not the case for all the divisions. Some of the divisions were, a good bit of them were, but now right down the middle, forms, weapons, point sparring, all separated, male divisions, female divisions. and the same age brackets now too. We have some new upcoming black belt female stars in our organization, and now instead of it being 12 to 17 black belt female divisions, is going to be 12, 11 under, 12, 14, 15, 17, just the same age brackets as the male competitors. Open rank, this is a big new one. Open rank point sparring. Open rank point sparring will be split male-female. So all the same age divisions that we used last year, but open rank point sparring will be male divisions, female divisions. Underbelt sparring, even the 5-year-olds, everything's going to be split male-female point sparring right down the middle. Now, the big difference, I told you guys about this last time, gave you a little sneak peek of one of the changes. Coaches and managers passes will be for every 5 pre-registered competitors. I did get a message after that live stream, and someone did ask about, for clarity, if I only have 2 competitors pre-registered, do I not get a coach's pass? You do. You get 1 coach's pass. So it's, and in the new rule book that's coming out, it's going to have a table on there that shows 1 to 5 competitors, coach's pass. Everything above that is a manager's pass. So 6 to 10, 11 to 15. I had to think about it for a second. My brain's already on vacation. Now, awards at the championship tournament. This is a biggie, guys. This is a biggie. We did not recognize kind of like the some other circuits do, even some of the smaller circuits that will do a competitor of the year for that division, to do a points champion. This year coming up, we are going to have a bunch of new awards given out. We're going to have TCT finalists, those that travel and compete on the circuit throughout the entire year, and you earn 5th through 8th place, you will be TCT finalists. Those that are in the top 4 of their division, not first place, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. If you're in 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, you will be a top 4 champion. Then we have the TCT points champion. This is the person that traveled, competed throughout the season at different events, different tournaments within the TCT, and earned the most points per division. And then we have the TCT champion. That TCT champion is the one that showed up, ready to rock and roll, had a wonderful day at the TCT championship tournament, and won the division. Then we have TCT grand champion. So just like the tournaments that have the grands at the end of the event, same thing with the championships. You're going to have your divisions, eliminations, then you're going to have runoffs, then you're going to have grands. And if you win the grands, you're a TCT grand champion. Now, you'll get the recognition at the banquet, which will be on Saturday night. So this will be a Friday eliminations, Saturday eliminations, and then Saturday afternoon, grands, Saturday evening, night show, banquet, championships, party, celebration. And we're finishing out the year. We're going to celebrate and have a lot of fun. Now, that is what I posted yesterday and let everyone know what was going on. I do have a little presentation I will share with you guys. Yes, Mr. Phil Addison said, please share with competitors and coaches. Share this out. Hit the share button on here on Facebook. It's also on YouTube. If you didn't know, this is Josh Bailey Karate channel on YouTube. So you can go on there, share it, like it, give it a comment on YouTube as well. Drop a comment below. I love it, Miss Merchant. Hello, Miss Natalie Allen. And let's see who else has joined in with us. Mr. Robbie Allen, Travis Thompson, Mark Hawley. We got Casey Scott, Jeff Blake. How you doing, Mr. Blake? Good to see you, sir. Brooks. Nice to see you, sir. Miss Schnook. All right. There's a lot of you guys jumping in here. Mr. Edwin Alejandro. Thank you, sir, for joining in. Chris Knight, thank you for joining in. All right. Let me get back to action here. So I'm going to show you guys what's on my screen here. Oh, that's still the music playing from earlier. Yes, allow, pause the music. We're done with it. Swipe up, get over here. All right, so now let's go to the beginning of this. This was our end of year meeting. This is what we discussed with all the promoters the other day. So make sure you guys are seeing it good to go. Yeah, good. All right, so the age brackets. I need to get my mouse. Where's my mouse? My mouse has disappeared on my screen. I can see it on the live stream, but I cannot see it on my actual computer. Hold on. Now I can see it. Whoa. Technical difficulties. This is only episode 2, guys. This, give me a minute. All right. Boom. Division changes, forms, and weapons. Age brackets. All novice divisions, forms, traditional forms, musical weapons. All love it. Same ages, 7 and under, 8 and 9, 10 to 13, 14, 17. Now, these divisions are still male-female. They are still together, male-female. Age is what the big difference is for forms and weapons this year. Intermediate, 9 and under, 10 to 13, 14 to 17. Jumping over to the advanced division, 9 and under, 10 to 13, 14 to 17. Sparring age brackets. These would be broken down a little bit more. Double age brackets instead of single age brackets from the past. Male, novice, 5 and under, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Then we go over to the female novice. Same age brackets, just novice level. Female, male, split. Intermediate, male, female, split. Same age bracket, so 7 under, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. These unified age brackets across the board is going to allow more opportunities for grands and the grand splits of sparring. If we wanted to do some underbelt sparring grands, if we wanted to do underbelt forms grands split up a little differently. This is going to be a unified age bracketing system. And then the advanced division, male, female, split, 9 under, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Black belt divisions separated by gender and have the same age brackets. Okay. Now this is before we talked about the 35 plus and 50 plus. Last year, this is the last year's age brackets, 50 plus only in traditional forms. We only had traditional forms for 50 plus. But this year, it's going to be across the board. Now, it may take a year, it may take 2 seasons to get that out there and get the traction growing and going for our seniors and our legends of the sport to come out and get on the mat again. Open rank, we just talked about it, separated by gender. Here are the age brackets for that. 7 and under, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 plus, 35 plus. Then we have the 11 and under black belt point sparring split by gender. This was not the case in the last couple of seasons. We've had 11 and under black belt male female sparring, but now we have 66 and under, 87 and under, and 88 plus for point sparring, male female. And then female, 88 and under, or 89 and under, that's a typo. And then 90 plus. So that is our new division changes and splits for the season. Hey, and I'm back with you guys. If you guys have any questions about anything, you can drop them in the comments here. I'll answer them right now live with you. Also, we had great questions and discussions about the meeting last night. I brought up every single one of the comments in the meeting. We talked about them. We walked through them. And I actually responded to all the comments last night. So if you go back to that post that says, what do you want to talk about? And then underneath that thread there and all the comments, I did reply with the answers that we came up with in the team meeting last night. I've been communicating with the promoters. We did 2 meetings so far this month. I want to finalize everything over the Christmas break, get everything up live and ready to rock and roll by the end of the year, so you guys can see all the rules, see all the divisions, and be able to plan accordingly. I'm working on posting some more content about the rules and regulations. So most of these guys are the exact same. A lot of them are going to be highlighted and underlined and bolded in the rule book just to bring some more attention to them. If it is highlighted and underlined, that's typically meaning in our rule book, that's kind of a signification of a new rule or a rule that we want to emphasize for the next season coming up. Favorite Christmas cookie? Listen, I'm one of those, I'm going to be honest. I understand. I know. You don't have to come for me in the comments. I am one of those weirdos that my favorite cookie is oatmeal raisin. It absolutely a good oatmeal raisin. Bam. Are you trying to get the kids done before adult black belts? Mr. Brooks, yes, it's hard to keep the rings going once the black belt rings start up. You're absolutely right. And one of the things that we want to do is we want to kind of encourage and push our judges to be judges. Now, of course, we're going to have some of the adult black belts that are in the 35 plus for sure be judges and competitors. But yes, our main focus is our reorganization of our age brackets is going to allow us to flow from one division to the next division. So my response on there last night to that comment was the overlapping age brackets did cause some mix-ups when we say, hey, 8 and 9-year-old is up here, but we're doing 9 and under over here, so we got to wait. Okay, so let me go down to the next one. The next one is 6 and 7. Well, 6 and 7's out too because they're in the 9 and under division here. They need to come back for the 6 and 7, and then 8 and 9. Then we got to jump down to the 10 to 13. Then we come back to them, but then it's now they're going over here to this. So we have really worked this past season on the organization of the coordinators, getting all the ring assignments kind of down to a system to where we can flow and get most of the underbelt little ones done quickly. Now, when we say quickly, we're not trying to line them up, bail them in, bail them out, get them out. That was like a roll high, pow. All right, sorry, ADD brain. So, but yes, Mr. Brooks, that is something that is one of my priorities on organization is getting the almost to where every ring, and we talked about this last night in the meeting, we've talked about it before, every ring is its own tournament. Every ring is its own tournament because there may be a bad experience in ring number 2, but everyone in ring number 6 over here had a fantastic day. And we flowed from one division to the next division. I didn't lose my judges throughout the day. My competitors were always showing up on time, ready to rock and roll, and everything was running smooth. Maybe we had, a nosebleed 2 or 3 times over here in ring 1, or maybe someone, felt like they didn't get the placement they deserved, or, then we have an arbitration of a rule because someone missed something about the wrong color belt in the division or the wrong weapon in the division kind of thing. So yeah, every ring is its own division, or not its own division. Every ring is its own tournament, and we kind of trying to make sure that we know the coordinators, the scorekeepers, the judges. This ring is your ring. This is your tournament. Let's run it smooth. Let's have a great day, and let's get these little ones in and get them going so they don't just sit here for hours at a time. So yes, I agree. We got get those kids going and keep them going instead of having to take a lot of breaks and playing switcheroo with some age brackets and some divisions moving from ring to ring. This is actually probably going to slow down some of the ring changes, but the ring changes last season were for efficiency, and we moved, and a lot of them we moved from one ring to the ring beside it. instead of ring 1 to ring 8 or ring 8 to ring 4 over here. A lot of times we've been setting them up for the 2 rings, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, to be able to run similar age brackets or similar belt ranks. That way it's going to be easy to swap this one to that one. Oh, absolutely. I've had a lot of my younger kids are in the 8 and 9-year-old beginner sparring, and some of them didn't end up going to late almost every tournament, it seemed like. And again, the younger kids are the ones that have that 9 and under musical weapons and musical forms, and they have 10 to 13 traditional forms, but then they had 10, 11, 12, 13 divisions, same skill level. We had 6 and 7, 8 and 9, but then that fell under the 9 and under. So absolutely, I get what you're saying. As long as the fight don't stop in the middle for announcement for award, it'll be great. Hey, listen, I understand. I think we should pre-plan anything that we're going to do for awards and announcements. That'll be right at the very beginning of the event. Let's get the event going, get the show going, and yes, I agree. So we're going to rock and roll from the first bow to the last bow. Now, I'm going to throw this out there for you guys as a question. This has kind of popped up in my head as I was thinking about the flow of the events. I personally, as a forms competitor and sparring competitor, so for years, all the way up until the 15 and 17-year-old division, one of my last seasons of full sparring from the beginning of the season to the end of the season was 12 to 14-year-old black belt division. So when I jumped into the 15 to 17-year-old sparring division, that was kind of the time I was like, I'm decent, I'm good at sparring, I'm better at forms and weapons. I can be even better at forms and weapons if I dive in solely on those divisions and still spar in the school, still spar in open sparring, sessions and workouts, and sparring is still a big part of what I do with our students. But competition-wise, I chose the avenues of forms and weapons and left sparring to the people that were, a lot taller than me, which was pretty much everyone in the division, and went with forms and weapons. Uventex should help with that. Yes, it should. If all they are doing is fighting, it will show the approximate. Absolutely. So that's something that, if you're only sparring and you look at your Uventex time and if everything is, I've always tell my guys, Uventex time is not gold standard. That is not the golden standard time that you're going to start, because we're not implementing and using break times. Hey, there's going to be a time to where we have a break in action. That's going to make that time that you saw earlier get pushed back a little bit. If you're looking at it on Monday, the week of the tournament, and it says 1 o'clock, all that time is going to start getting pushed back as all the divisions start getting filled up more. So I would say by Wednesday, Thursday of that week, maybe even Friday, the day before, or even Thursday if it's a 2-day tournament, that time is going to be pretty spot on. It's going to be close. Now, like I said, if we've got more people in that division, every time it says 1:30, then it gets pushed back. Exactly. So a lot of times, if Division 4 says 1 o'clock, but then all of a sudden we have an influx of registration in Divisions 1, 2, and 3 before that, then that start time is absolutely going to get pushed back. So that is pretty much, that's it. That's how that works. Okay? And it's not anything that we are doing purposely, clicking and dragging and moving that division down further on a timeline. It's just when there's a pause in action, or there's a tie and they have to rerun the tie, or they're taking the time to look and make sure everything was broken correctly, or there's an arbitration, that time on Uventex will be getting pushed back more and more and more. But however, like I said, if you look at it on Wednesday, Thursday, the week of the tournament, that's going to be a pretty good guesstimate of when sparring is going to start, if it's sparring only. Now, what I was going to throw out there and ask you guys as a competitor, and what I was saying, when I gave up, when I did all of it, I would like to do grands before I sparred. Now, logistically, sometimes that doesn't always flow the best. So if we can make that flow, what do you guys prefer? Do you prefer to do grands, forms and weapons grands before sparring? Or would you like to do it after sparring? Now, I can see both sides of it. Let's do grands before sparring because someone can get injured. I'm going to get tired from sparring. There may be people that won the forms divisions that don't spar. Now they have to wait all the way to sparring is completely over. Okay. I think we can look at it, and it can be a hit or miss. It really can be a hit or miss on whether we should or should not run sparring immediately after forms. If we can go ahead and start divisions, we will start divisions. What that means is, so we got grands going on right here, but this competitor in grands is in this first sparring division. But the second sparring division, I can look at it as a coordinator. All right, this second sparring division, all the competitors are here. None of them are in the grands, so we're going to go ahead and run them. So that's an instance where your time is actually going to get bumped up because we we skipped over that division that we can't run, and we went ahead and did the next division. So that's always the best standard, is be at your ring plenty of time before. And we do send out that notification. So we'll send out notification as soon as we make that call. All right, we're going to go ahead and run this division. We're going to hit come now. Report to the ring. Even though it says report to the ring, and you look at it and it may say, oh, it doesn't start until 45 more minutes. No, we're calling you for a reason to come to there. So come on now. It's time to pad up and let's dance. Okay? Now, it's never a gold standard. No, never. Fights are always pushed back. Things rarely go perfect. 5A tournaments on Friday are often midnight. Whew. Listen. This is going to be, I'm doing a lot of firsts this year, by the way. So this is my first year as president of the organization. This is my first year doing a 5A 2-day event. And this is going to be my first year running the championship tournament and the grand championships. So this is a lot of firsts. My goal is not to be there at midnight, Mr. Watts. Hey, don't throw that out there. Don't you speak that evil on me. Hey, we're gonna be done. I'm gonna be in the bed by midnight. Okay. Well, I might be in the bed, but I'm not gonna be sleeping. I'm gonna be my brain's gonna be going a million miles an hour. Yes, Mr. Addison, we have made plenty of strides making a run. I think you'll see a good direction. Absolutely. I think it's going to go in a great direction this year. And that's one of the things that I was telling the promoters the other night in the meeting, saying, listen, 2026, this is going to be a great year. This is going to kind of be of a reshaping year of some of our divisions and rules and flow. But then 2027 is going to be a whole nother level. Ask our competitors, vote grands before fighting. I'm with you on that one. Thank you, Mr. Watts. I appreciate it. Now that has been the most awesome thing, is all the support that I've gotten personally. People reaching out to me, telling me that this is, they're excited, they're cool with me being the one that's kind of the face that runs the place. And I'm telling everybody that listens to me, I have a good idea. I have a good focus, but I surround myself with people that have better knowledge of things in other areas that I may not have that knowledge in. And we're going to grow together, and it's going to grow awesomely. Now, I wanted to keep this one kind of short and sweet tonight. It's been 32 minutes and 28 seconds. Okay, thank you, Mr. Brownlee. I appreciate that. Hey, President, Mr. Bailey. Now, so you guys, grands before fighting, I agree. I'm going to answer these questions that are popping up in the chat after I sign off tonight, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I probably will be on here again before the end of the year with another champions table. If not, it's not because I'm not doing anything. It's because I am busy at work. Now, to give you guys some transparency, my next set of focus is going to be on writing Grands rules and divisions, because we don't have Grands rules listed. It's always just been a kind of a gentleman's rule and understanding rule of this is how Grands work. But now we're going to have an official rule section of this is Grands. We're going to have a kind of a option, B option, C option of the Grands to run at each tournament and each event. And then I'm also going to be working on the breaking rules and divisions. I've been talking with Mr. Addison, Caleb, and Phil on breaking, and I think we've got some good making some good strides towards what we're going to do, at least for 2026 season, and then beyond. It's going to be bigger and better. I'm telling you guys, keep following us, keep watching, tune in, because you're not going to want to miss this. It's going to be awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, all of the above, and cowabunga, dude. Bye, everybody.